name is Kim Harrison, comedian extraordinaire, and I was just interviewed on the Keith Andrew Network, and I had the best time. I encourage everybody to check them out.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 738. That's right, episode 738. I'm here as Kim Harrison. It's a real honor and privilege to have me as a guest, and welcome to the Keith Andrew Network.
Thank you, Keith. Thanks for having me. I'm absolutely flattered. I was not expecting this.
No, the honor's all mine. For people who want to know what my talk show, excuse me, a lot of people want to know what my talk show is about. Not to sound like a broken record, even though I do say it over and over. The whole point of my talk show is to show people that even with having a learning disability, I can still amount to something.
That's awesome.
No, absolutely. And at the same time, I'm able to turn myself into an example for people out there dealing with any types of learning disabilities and disabilities to never give up and prove people wrong.
Amen.
Prove to them that labels do not dictate who you are and who you're going to be. Just prove to them you can step out to something. So hashtag break the labels. So that being said, 27 minutes every time. I tried to keep it less than 27 because I am now a part of Manhattan Neighborhood Broadcasting. They're like, 28 minutes is the cutoff point. Now I'm talking to Bronx Net, and they're like, can you do longer than 28 minutes? Okay, well, how can I kill two birds with one stone? How about I just make both of them equally 28 minutes. If it goes over a couple seconds afterwards, whatever, but 28 is the maximum. Even though I was trying to make it short, but hey, you want to be on TV, you have to do what they want. Anyway, this is not about me. This is about you. So for people who want to know who you are a professional singer and a stand-up comedian.
Yeah, mostly stand-up comedy. I'm a mom, I'm a grandma, I'm a wife, but all my life I've wanted to be an entertainer. I loved getting up in front of people and making a butt of myself in front of people. And finally I got a job where it paid me good money to do it. And then all went to heck in a handbasket. So now I'm back to mom, grandma, dog owner. Calm down, dog. Anyway, and so it's a comedian is mostly singing. I love doing it, and I do it whenever I can, especially when I'm working on a cruise ship and I have great bands that we have there. But I don't know if you ever watch American Idol. It's not a lot of chunky people on the American Idol or The Voice or that. At least not chunky girls. So I just sing whenever I can.
Hey, as long as you have a great voice, it's not about how you look. It's you have a great voice. It's all that really matters.
Yeah, that's true. That's supposed to be how it is, but we know in the world today it's not exactly how it is. It's how you look. You can have a horrible voice, but be really hot and be very successful.
True.
So, yeah.
But you can look at Adele for that matter.
Yeah, she lost weight though. All of the ones that lose weight, I lose my faith in them, like Jennifer Hudson and Adele and all these chunky girls. They make a way and they break through the barriers for us chunky girls everywhere. And then they get bypass surgery and they lose weight or they start working out. And they lose weight and now they're just like everybody else and it's not that exciting.
Why don't you can make that a hashtag chunky girls matter.
Yeah, there you go. Lizzo's a chunky girl, but she'll stay one for a while. And I actually enjoy her stuff. I like her attitude.
And so while on the subject, you look at Kelly Clarkson. She's not the same as she used to be, but she can still sing.
Oh, yeah, of course. But she also, that's the problem with the society in America. And, well, not necessarily the world. In the world, if you're like, let's take Britain's Got Talent. If you've got talent and you sing brilliantly, then you can make it somewhere in Europe. But in America, we're very lucky to have Lizzo and Kelly and people like that set an example for chunky people. But everybody gets, and it's not just necessarily a health thing. It's just the American advertising world thinks that everybody wants to see this big around, skinny, but they don't. I used to have a job, Keith. I had a job at a water park in Orlando, Florida, as a host. It was like being a social host on a ship, but at a water park. And I didn't get the job at the beginning of the summer. I got the job in the middle of summer when everybody else quit and they needed somebody to fill in. And I went in there and I had my cute little one-piece bathing suit. And I was like 150 pounds less than I am now, but I'm still a chunky girl, right? And my little cute one-piece bathing suit with a skirt, little polka dots. I was adorable. And I would sing and dance and entertain all these lovely people that were in a wave pool at Water Mania, which is in what used to be in Orlando, Florida. And one time I was working with these two little skinny girls that had bikinis on, right? They took their shirts off and were dancing around in their bikinis. So I took my shirt off, but I had this cute little, it covered everything, bathing suit. One of the managers came up to me and told me I need to put my shirt back on. I said, no, it's hot. I don't want to make them put their shirts back on and I'll put mine back on. He said, well, they look this way and you look that way and we need you to cover up. I said, come with me. And I took them to the edge of the water pool and I pointed to the people that were swimming. And I said, you see these people? These are my people. These are chunky people. These are middle-aged moms with their kids. These are people who don't fit into bikinis. And they would rather see me up here entertaining and dancing and singing than these skinny girls over here. That makes them feel bad. This makes them feel, hey, I could possibly do that if I wanted to. And that's been my attitude about singing and comedy and everything like that. We tend to be very judgmental of overweight people. We think they're lazy, they can't do anything, they don't take care of themselves, and everybody's different. But if you see somebody on stage doing comedy like Fluffy, that's why Fluffy's hugely successful. John Panette was hugely successful because you see somebody who looks like you and they're entertaining and they're winning hearts and they're selling tickets and they're massive, and look, Fluffy's lost weight, but he hasn't lost a lot of weight. He just lost a little weight because, that much chocolate cake to kill a man. But it's all in who you are, what you do. I always said when I was younger and before I started doing stand-up comedy, people would look at me and they'd go, fat chick. But now they're like, beautiful chick. Oh my gosh, she's a little overweight. That's fine. But she makes me laugh. She sings beautifully. And they love me. And I have a huge following in the cruise industry, especially with the cruisers and stuff, because you just have to have the attitude and go out and do it.
I agree with you 100%. Now, before we take a quick commercial break, and my favorite lines from Gabriel Iglesias, there's 5 stages of fatness. Big, healthy, husky. Let's see. Big, fat, healthy, husky, and damn!
Damn! I personally, I'm a damn. If I can. I'm actually fluffy. I think I'm more of a fluffy.
And I like, there's actually number 6. I don't know if you saw the latest episode he did. Yeah. And in number 6, this big guy came down and he's like, yo, man, why don't you have more size? And he looks up like, I didn't know God made you. He wanted a 6X.
Wow. My husband used to wear a 6X. He's down to a 4X now. He's lost a little weight, but yeah, I like my boys big. I'm just saying,
when you're number 6, it's when you try to get on a crowded elevator. No!
Well, whenever we cruise together, my husband and I, real quick, when we go on the elevators on the cruise ship, he gets really claustrophobic easily. So he just stands, all 6'3", 400 pounds of him. He stands in front of the door. So when the door's open, people go, oh, never mind, we're good. It'd be just being him on the elevator, but it looks like there's more because he's in the doorway. It's awesome.
But you can also say your husband just you're on a ship and it starts moving back and forth. I'll just hold on to your husband because he looks big and sturdy.
Yeah. Yep, that's what I do.
He ain't going nowhere.
Exactly.
But when we come back from the show, I'm going to ask you about your stand-up career, and you can ask me anything you want when we come back.
I'm Anastasia Edwards.
Hi, this is Jackie Nunez.
Actress Becky Hayes.
Hi, I'm Amelia Rose.
Hey there, I'm Saki Mieta.
Hi guys, I'm Alexandria Denise, and you're watching Keith Andrews' show. He's doing a terrific job. Make sure you like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more awesomeness.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Keith Andrews Network from a quick commercial break. First thing I want to plug It's every Saturday, 10:30 in the morning. If you live in Manhattan only, well, here's the pros and cons. But here's the cons. If you live in Manhattan, every Saturday, 10:30 in the morning, Channel 2, you get to see the Keith Andrew Network on Channel 2. Also, in the works, I may be on Brooklyn Net. That's a possibility. Well, I got approved for the application, so I'm just waiting on for a time episode. And so it's a works. Who else out there? If you're a public service provider and you want to have me on TV, I would love the opportunity. Now, that's the bad side for people who are like, oh, I don't live in Manhattan. Here's the pros. Go to youtube.com, subscribe to the Keith Andrew Network, and you can see my show 24/7, 7 days a week on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. So you don't have to be in the city to see it. Yes, it's nice. It's actually on TV. But if you subscribe to my network online, you can see it anytime, any place, anywhere. But with that being said, we were talking about Carnival off the air, and you mentioned you actually work for them.
I actually work for them. I'm a Carnival Cruise Line entertainer, a comedian with the Punchliner Comedy Club. I also for a backup job, just to have a little extra scratch, I'm a Carnival Cruise Line travel agent, with cruisebombcruises.com. And so I'm basically screwed till Sunday with nothing to do and no money coming in. Oh, before we go on, since you're in Manhattan, I want to say hi to Cassandra and Lawrence Niels, who are my two very good friends. Lawrence does the cosplay cabaret. Have you heard of that?
No.
He does cosplay cabaret in Manhattan every like once a week. I think they're starting to back up, and he's one of my favorite people, and his wife Cassie's one of my favorite people. So, hi guys. Anyway.
And one thing I do want to clarify is I'm not actually in the city. I'm more near in the Catskills.
Oh, neat! I love the Catskills. Have you ever heard of Rondout Lake? Rondout Lake. I think it's near Poughkeepsie. My husband and I went camping there one time. It was fabulous. We absolutely loved it. All right, back to Carnival. Carnival's supposed to start back up on November and December out of Miami and Port Canaveral. We're all got our fingers crossed because we really all need. You've got to understand there are millions and millions of people in the world out of work. It's not just the comedians, it's the musicians, it's the crew, it's the guys who clean up everything. Millions and millions of people are out of work because the cruise industry is closed down. It's not just Carnival, it's also Norwegian, Royal Caribbean, Viking. All of these cruise lines are out of work, and it needs to get back because it's a huge industry. It's a huge industry on land as well. There's a lot of countries that depend on the tourism of cruise ships to keep their economy going, and that's not working out. It's the land, the ports, the local American ports, Miami, Port Canaveral, Charleston, Texas, all these things. Hundreds of people work for them, and those people are all out of work as well. And so we need a cruise industry to come back. Number one, because I think we all need a cruise. Get out in the ocean, enjoy the sunshine. And number two, a lot of people need their work back. And number three, and most important to me, St. Jude's Children's Hospital, which is a wonderful, wonderful charity. Carnival Cruise Line would contribute thousands of dollars each week from each cruise ship to St. Jude's. And St. Jude's is not getting that money, and so we need to go back to work. Number one, I need to get out of the house because these people are driving me crazy.
Yeah.
Number two, we all need to get back on cruises because it's the best vacation, best value for your money. You have the best time, and the people are just lovely. That's just Carnival. I mean, I'm sure the other cruise lines are wonderful too, but Carnival, it's like a family. Everybody thinks it's the party cruises and everybody's going to be rowdy. Well, yeah, some of them are, but some of them aren't. You just have to pick the right one and go out of the right port for the right length of time. And then you don't have the crazy drunk people.
No, I agree with you. And, two things I want to touch on. One, we are in a way in a depression. A lot of people won't say it, but I went to stores with my dad and my sister today, And I was like, oh, there's Forever 21. Yeah, they actually closed. I'm like, oh, okay, well, hey, there's Models. Yeah, they're actually closed. So then the BS of saying, oh, yeah, the economy is doing great, it's wonderful. It's a load of crap because people are going out of business. There's a
Yeah.
place in Rockland County. Cute dog, by the way.
Thank you. Hello, dog.
There's Outback in Rockland. And how can Outback go out of business? But yeah, that one, well, hopefully the one near me doesn't go out because I love Outback.
Yeah.
But it's really scary seeing, unemployment numbers, places closing. I don't know if you sort of did the debate, but the biggest thing that we have to do right now is fight the virus. We need a vaccine. We need people back to work. Get out of the house.
Wear your masks in public over your nose and mouth. Don't leave things hanging out. Wear the freaking mask. How hard? I know it may not do any good, but it's something that you can do. Wear it.
You're right. You're absolutely right. I give you an example. My brother and my dad went to a doctor's appointment, and my dad came back and he's like, "Oh, we need gas." This guy walked into the gas station, no mask, saw the sign, had to wear a mask, like, and then he went back to his car, got a mask, did whatever. As soon as he came out, ripped the mask off and threw it on the floor. Number one. And here's strike two for dumbass. Dumbass, but why I'm saying that, as he was driving away, guess what he was doing?
Picking his nose, touching his face.
Well, that too. But he was texting and driving.
Oh, well, yeah. So we know he's not a smart person.
So you have texting and driving. You have not wearing a mask or throwing the mask over the floor. I don't know what the big deal is. It's wearing a mask. And hey, and here's a good one. Now, on certain websites, you can get custom masks. So you don't have
I know.
Oh, you have a couple?
I have one my friend Patty made for me, and it's leopard print with rainbows, and it's really pretty. And then on the other side, it's reversible, so it could be like a bright neon green. So it could go with my mood. If I want to be rainbow, it's that way. And then my daughter's got one that's got sock monkeys on it. And then my friend Patty's making one for my father-in-law that's got John Deere on it because he's a farmer. And so you can make them. And Carnival's got them. HEB in Texas, they make them. You could buy them in the store. It says I Heart HEB. That's a grocery store. There's all kinds of places you can get really nice. But my husband bought one on Amazon that has the thing goes over your ears, but it also has the strap that goes around your neck. So when you take it off, it just goes down like this, and it's really handy, and you can just put it back on. I love that one.
No, absolutely. You can have fun with the mask too. It doesn't have to be this horrible thing that people have to portray about. But the other thing I want to talk to you about the cruises.
Yeah.
Trying to think of a positive way to say it. I don't really go to the city that much, but when my sister and my brother were in the hospital, we used to go past the Intrepid and Pier. Why am I drawing a blank? You probably know what I'm talking about. It's near the World Trade Tower. It's the Pier. I can't remember the pier number, but all the ships use it.
Okay.
And on that day, go ahead. I'm sorry.
In Manhattan, the downtown. Yes. Okay.
And I don't know why I can't think of the name. I just know it's the pier. And it's right next to the Intrepid. It's really nice. And on that day, we got to see the Queen Victorian.
Ooh.
It was really nice. It was massive.
Cool. Yeah. I've not seen that one. I've gone out of New York a couple of times on the Splendor one time. And here's my favorite one. I'm going to the Splendor to do out of New York City. Number one, New York City. I'm so excited, right? I was taking the cab to the ship, and I look down the hall and I see the New York Public Library. Like where from Ghostbusters. That's so cool. Anyway, I'm such a fangirl. So I get to the ship, and the ship is supposed to go to Canada. I have never been to Canada in my life. I've been Mexico, all over Europe. I've been to Australia. I've been to Japan, but I've never been to freaking Canada. And I freaking love Canada. I grew up on Second City Television. I'm a huge fan of all those people, and I love Canada. Right, Bare Naked Ladies is my favorite band, so I'm excited because we're going to go to Canada, and I'm going to get off the ship and actually go to Canada and have a Canadian beer, and it's going to be awesome. And then a hurricane hits Canada. I'm from Florida. I'm used to hurricanes. A hurricane hits Canada, and we end up going to Bermuda. I've been to Bermuda. I wanted to go to Canada. I've only ever waved at it across a bridge. Hi, Canada. How you doing?
Well, I tell you what, if Trump becomes president, I'm definitely moving to Canada.
Oh, I thought about that, but it's just cold. I can't do the cold. And he already is president. If he becomes president again, and I don't know. I mean, I know a lot of people who are Trump supporters, bless their hearts, and I understand why they are, because they think he's an excellent businessman, which we know is not true.
Yeah.
But they think he's an excellent businessman and that he's going to do better for the economy, which he has done in some respects. Before all this coronavirus thing hit, the economy was doing better. He had a good attitude with it. You know, you got to put money into it to get money out of it, that kind of thing. But he's just handled this coronavirus thing completely badly. And the fact that we don't have nationalized health care to take care of all the people who could be infected or sick makes it even worse. Because, you know, you get sick with coronavirus and you have to go to the hospital and you have no insurance, like me, you're screwed. It's gonna screw everything. So, heck, I probably won't even go to the hospital. I'll just sit here and suffer in silence like a nice Jewish mother. So, uh, he just handled that badly. And I'm hoping that we can make a change. Everybody get out and vote. My daughter's going to vote. My husband's going to vote. My son-in-law, who's the baby daddy for my grandchildren, he's probably going to vote for Trump, but he's kind of stupid. So I love him, but yeah, stupid. So we all need to get out and vote. Even if you're voting for Donald Trump, just get out and do it. The American people are too complacent. They don't bother to go out. Oh, the line's too long. It's hot outside. It's too much trouble. Wear your mask. My husband and I, we're big people. My knees don't work very well. You know what we're taking? Collapsible chairs. So if there's a line, we sit in the chair. The line moves. We get up, collapse the chair, move, get the chair back up, sit back down. Good idea. See, just like older people with those scooters that you can turn around and make into a chair. Do that, man. Go to a thrift store and pick one of those up and have a chair to sit in while you're waiting in line. Do something, but just do it. Just do something. The American people need to get out there and vote. And we especially young people who are tired of the way things have been running need to get out and vote.
No, absolutely. Not to talk about political things, but I do want to wrap up on this one thing. How can anyone vote for Trump when he calls the military suckers and losers? And my favorite line, I'm being sarcastic by this, but my favorite line where he says, would you condemn white supremacists? And his answer was, boys, stand back and wait. What kind of answer is that? That's more scary than anything.
That's the biggest problem with Donald Trump. And he may not have intended this to happen, but the biggest problem with him is, and I'm from South Carolina. I am from Redneck Central, okay? Yeah. And the biggest problem with Donald Trump is he has enabled these racists, these white supremacists, these redneck people to think that their attitude is a good attitude, that we need to get rid of the Mexicans and the Indians and the Chinese and all this other stuff, when that is not any way remotely the American way. The American way is everybody's included, everybody's part of it. And the fact that you think you can go beat up on this Muslim person because they're Muslim, that's not right. That's like saying they could beat up on you because you're a Baptist, which I've wanted to do several times. But you know, I don't know if he's intended this to be happening, but his attitude has rubbed off onto their attitude. Now they think, well, white people, that's the way to go, and we can do whatever we want to anybody. And that is the biggest bad thing about him. I don't know if and the fact that he didn't say, yeah, stop that. That's wrong, when he had the opportunity. I didn't watch the debate because I don't like watching children fight.
Yeah.
And I was pretty proud of Joe when he said, will you shut up, man? That was nice. I heard about that. because I remember one time I was watching The View, and Joey Behar and some other person, they had like Karl Lagerfeld or one of these big designers on there, and these women would not shut up. They just and finally the guy turned to him and said, "Would you shut up, please? I'm trying to talk." And it was awesome. And I just want them to do that. Every once in a while, I go, "Shut up! It's my turn. It's not your turn. Shut up."
Well, here's the last thing I promised now after we go on another subject. Is they said we're now going to turn off. They should have done it from the start. Why they didn't, it's stupid. When it's your turn, you speak, they cut off the other person's mic. For an example, when you speak, I don't talk. So like you say, you cut off Keith's mic, he's speaking. Or when you speak, you know, like you speak, I don't say anything. When I speak, you don't say anything. You cut the person's mic. That's what they should have done. And now all of a sudden it's like, well, I don't want to do that. And if you don't do that, all you're going to have is arguing, and you guys are going to look like damn fools.
It is very sad that two grown 70-something-year-old men cannot behave better in a public forum.
No, I agree.
High school students know when they're doing debate to stop because it's that person's turn to talk. And then they stop, and that's that person. They're high school students, and they know better than two 70-something-year-old men.
I agree. Now, wrapping up your talk show, I do have a couple questions for you off the air. But the first one I'm going to ask you is, when I first approached you to be a guest on my talk show, what was your first reaction? What made you say yes, and how do you feel now?
Well, my first reaction was, who the heck is this? How did he find me? What does he want? But then I was like, then I looked up Keith Andrew Network online, and I saw a couple of posts on Facebook for what you were doing. And I was like, I actually am honored. I don't know how you found me, but I'm very excited about it. And I try to do stuff online as much as I can. I'm just sitting here. I'm depressed because the job that I worked my entire life for is gone right now. I mean, there's some comedy clubs that are opening, yes, but there's so many comedians, and there's so few places to work that I spend a lot of time just sitting here just being sad, waiting for things to open back up. So this is very nice to be able to be in front of people and to talk to people about the business and about what's going on. So it's actually cool. So I'm happy now.
No, absolutely. Now that's at least their limit. But wrapping up our interview segment, it was a real honor privilege having you as a guest. And I'm looking forward to part 2 down the road.